Vette Green, because I was a shell of a person in 2018. I was living dead. And when they say that you really do have to surround yourself with people, you have to surround yourself with people that mean you well. And when you are really ready to change your life and change that mindset, because it is an unlearning. And what I realized is that I didn't know what I didn't know until I realized what I did not know. And it was so much that I did not know. I had to learn about who Vette Green was, and I had to learn the good and the bad, and learn to love all of it, because a lot of times we want to get away from the bad. We want to be perfect, you know. I thought I was perfect when I was broken down at 35. I found myself on the verge of divorce with the man that I had been with since I was 18 years old. I thought I was, I didn't realize my worth. That's something that I'm still working towards, you know. It's something every day that I fight with. It was days that I couldn't look myself at myself. I would walk past the mirror for days and not even know what I looked like, because I didn't like the person that I was. I couldn't stare myself in the face, because one thing we cannot do is lie to us. And that's what I was doing. I can lie to myself if I continue to walk past that mirror and not look. I can lie to myself if I'm in the bathroom and washing my hands and not looking at the person that I had become, because I had become a shell of a person. I was so stuck in the, oh, woe is me, oh, I lost my job, oh, I got fired, oh, this, oh, that, oh, my husband doesn't want me anymore. I was so stuck in that, oh, woe is me, and I wasn't living. And then when I decided to, you know what, I got to take a step back and I have to save me for me, because this time I probably won't have a sister-in-law that's going to come in and wake me up. This time, God may say, enough of you, I'm done, I done gave you chance after chance, and you don't have anything left for me to do on this earth. I decided in 2018 to finally, because I was a teenage mom, my whole life I was a wife and a mom, that's all I knew. In 2018, I decided to save myself from me. And I thank God that I did. I took a leap of faith, and I started applying for jobs outside of Buffalo, because I couldn't find a job that can take care of me and my family. I have 6 kids, you know, a lot of them were still young. So I needed something that can take care of me and my family. And thankfully, I had a nephew in Chicago, and didn't even tell him I was coming. I applied for this job, and within an hour I got a recruiter, and the recruiter's like, oh, you're in Chicago. And I'm calling my sister-in-law Denise. I'm like, what's Calvin's address? Because I got to update my resume. It worked out, you guys. I'm telling you, it worked out. I got to Chicago. I went on a train. I only had $350 in my pockets. I was going from my mom's couch to my nephew's couch. But I knew this time I had to change. I had to do something different. And I did everything different that I did not do before. If I went left before, I went right this time. If I went right before, I went left, because I knew that I had to change. And I knew that it started with me. So I'm saying to anybody that's here, I want you guys to give yourself a pat on the back, because it takes a lot to elevate your mind. It takes a lot to say enough is enough for me, because what I also realized, everyone, is that I am my own biggest enemy.
Yes,
I am my own biggest enemy. You are your own biggest enemy. There's no competition around you. You look in the mirror, you are your competition. Trust and believe that. And you rock me, because Jeremiah 29 and 11 is something that I stand on. And it's something when life is getting hard for me, that I tell myself, God knows the plan He has for me. It keeps me sane, because I know whatever it is that I'm going through, you know, my love life is going crazy. The kids are acting up, because now I'm parenting adults. I was a teenage mom, now I'm parenting adults. Now I can't tell them what to do, so, you know, sometimes it's like, but what can we do? You know? I understand now what my mom was talking about.
Yeah.
But it's good, because God knows the plan He has for me. I'm so grateful for everything. I'm grateful for Jay, you know, for seeing my vision and helping me grow this baby that I got, this Think and Grow with Vette Green. I'm grateful for D'Amica. She was actually one of my first interviews that I did. If you look at the opening, D'Amica's actually in the opening of my show. I'm grateful to my sister, for my little big sister, for, you know, sometimes we need the truth.
Yeah.
And we don't always want to hear it, but we need the truth. If you have somebody that's willing to tell you the truth and still stand beside you, those are the people that you want to keep around, okay? Those are the people that you want to keep around you. So I just want to tell everybody that's here, continue your elevation. Yes, it is going to be difficult at times, but regardless of what, you keep on going because it's consistency and dedication to you, not anybody else, because can't nobody do this for you. You have to be willing to do it for yourself. If you be willing and dedicated to you, I'm telling you, God is good. God is good. I was a broken woman in 2018. I was a partially living. And this is what he's done for me. All right. I had to get my own individual relationship with God. I couldn't find it in church. I actually found it outside of church. But once I got that understanding, and I lean, because sometimes, like now, that wilderness is truth. That wilderness is where we grow. That wilderness is where you are forced to look at yourself and you are forced to become who God purposely purposed you to be. Yeah. So again, I'll say to you guys, do not give up on yourself. Regardless of what else is going on. If you do not give up on yourself, you'll see that your life will be totally different. Yes, it is not always peaches and cream. Man, by the time I was 20 years old, I had a house full of kids and a husband. You know what I mean? 2 sets of twins I got. You know, God is good, but I also feel, me and my sister had this conversation the other day, and I'm so grateful that she's here, because it's like full circle. We're little girls from the projects. We didn't see what we could be. We weren't told that you can be all that you can be. We saw the coming into our buildings, the drug addicts, the prostitutes. That's what we saw. We weren't told that. I just flew to Pittsburgh with my little sister and picked up her BMW. Tell them no, Mercedes Benz. Became vice president at her job. When I tell you God is good, this is the product of believing in yourself and persevering and saying, I'm not going to give up on me. That's what you get. This is what you get. This is what you get when you decide that I'm going to do this for me and unapologetically do this for me. Unapologetically. Don't ask anybody, because everybody won't see your dream. Don't ask permission from anybody to be all that you can be. Do it on your own. And if they don't accept you, so what? Tell them to put on some shades. Alright? I was going to shine anyway, but I know my nose all running and stuff. But I'm so grateful and I'm so happy. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful and I'm so happy to be here, because this is truth that Jeremiah 29:11, because God knew the plan he had for me. But the third time when I tried to take myself out, he said, no, daughter, I know who you are. I need you to find out who you are. No, son, I know who you are. I need you to find out who you are. And sometimes that's all it is, because a lot of times the people around us, they're broken themselves. What I also came to realize through my own healing is that there was a lot that my mom was going through herself, and through my healing, my mom is healed. My kids are healed. You know, because it is. My mom was able to, things that she had been holding back for years. You know, there's things that happened to my mom. She was born in 1953, so imagine the life that she had to live with a strict father. You know, my granddad came from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. It was be seen but not heard. No, what was it? What was the child? Kids are seen and not heard. Yeah. So that's what my mom. And then you shrink yourself as a woman. You know, my mom didn't graduate high school. It's just comes full circle when you begin your healing process. And if you haven't already, I'm here to tell you guys, this is the place to do it. Because the energy is crazy. The energy, this is the type of energy you need to start changing your mindset. It really is. When you can find people in a place that have like mindsets, similar goals, this is the place that, like, this is healing in here. Thank you, Rika, for this, because this is healing for this. My name is Vette Green, you guys, and make sure you catch me on 716 Live. Shout out to my producer and the owner and CEO, Jay, on 716 Live. Facebook and YouTube, and make sure you are following Think and Grow with Vette Green. I actually have a new show coming out tonight. Still going to be taped at 716 Live, but it's going to be on WLEO 26.7 radio, and it is called Slow Jamming and Conversations with Vette Green, and I will be on Tuesday on the evening watching again right here in Buffalo. Everybody, I love what Jay is doing. A 10-minute break before we bring Miss Vibe High herself, Miss D'Amica Evans, who is the reason all of this is happening. And make sure you guys vote for me for the 716 Live Music, 716 Music Board.